Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is Wyln News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. Wyln News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on Wyln News. I'm Ryan Prosick. A Luzerne County man has been sentenced to 16 to 32 years in prison for repeatedly sexually assaulting an 8-year-old child. According to Attorney General Michelle Henry's office, 60-year-old Charles Zambry assaulted the child between 2016 and 2018 while babysitting them at his home in Wilkes-Barre. Zambry has been convicted of involuntary deviant sexual intercourse, aggravated indecent assault, and endangering the welfare of children, among other charges. Zambry has also been deemed a sexually violent predator. As a result, he will need to register his whereabouts to police for the rest of his life. Emergency crews responded to a motor vehicle accident with injuries in West Hazleton this morning around 8 a.m. The two-car crash occurred in the 300 block of Winters Avenue. The West Hazleton Fire Department responded to the scene, but left shortly afterward as fire department services were not needed. The severity of the injuries in the crash is unknown at this time. A Freeland man is facing felony charges for allegedly misusing the Hazleton Young Men's Police Association's club credit card. According to a criminal complaint, Sean McLaughlin was serving as the treasurer for the club when he made a series of 21 unauthorized purchases with the club's credit card that totaled over $2,000. McLaughlin has been charged with access device fraud, theft by unlawful taking, receiving stolen property, and tampering with records. McLaughlin's preliminary hearing has not yet been scheduled. A Henryville man is facing charges after Pocono Township Police responded to a report of a suspicious male. According to police, Joshua Russian was showing signs of drug impairment when they arrived at the Roadrunner Sunoco gas station in Tannersville on October 3rd. Police say Russian was having trouble standing up straight and was grabbing things off of the shelves. When officers made contact with Russian, they found that he was in possession of heroin and paraphernalia. Russian has been transported to the Monroe County Correctional Facility for multiple drug-related charges and for public drunkenness. The Hazleton Rotary held their weekly meeting today with guest speaker Tammy Torres, the new president of Lehigh Valley Hospital, Hazleton. Torres spoke to the Rotary Club about updates to the hospital and shared with us what she hopes the club took away from the meeting.
I hope that they take away that although we are a small community hospital, being part of a network gives them availability to go anywhere in the network and get treatment. It would begin at the community center, and then depending on what is needed, we have availability to send you to a higher level of care to get very specific treatment for your diagnosis.
As a new member of the LVHN Hazleton community, Torres told us what it has been like as she transitions to this new role.
It's been a wonderful transition. I've done this type of work my whole career, but here it's been just a very warm feeling. I have a wonderful community to work with, wonderful colleagues, because that's what we call our employees at the hospital. They're our colleagues that have really helped initiate me into the work that is being done at Hazleton. So I'm very grateful and just having a wonderful time just learning everything that there is to learn about this community.
Torres also told us about the new cancer center and how useful this facility has been for the community.
We just had our ribbon cutting August the 7th, August the 8th. We were anticipating receiving 7 patients, and we actually doubled the amount of patients at 18 that came through our doors. And they're running strong in that cancer center. It's a regional destination. So again, just because of those services that we are partnered or affiliated with Sloan Kettering through via telemedicine, that we can offer just that much more to anyone seeking or having that diagnosis.
The Hazleton Rotary Club holds their weekly meetings on Wednesdays at noon at the Pines Eatery on Broad Street. The Lehigh Valley Health Network will be hosting 2 free flu shot clinics this week. The first clinic will be a walk-in event held at the Hayden Family Center for the Arts in Hazleton from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. on Friday, October 6th. A second drive-through clinic will be held at the Health and Wellness Center in Hazleton on Saturday, October 7th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. The seasonal flu vaccine will be available free of charge at both events for anyone aged 6 months or older. A senior vaccine is also available for people 65 and older. No registration is required, but supplies are limited and will be provided on a first-come, first-served basis. Coming up on Wyln News, the Hazleton City Council votes to request grant funding for the Dominican House. Plus, the Department of Conservation and Natural Resources launches a new license plate design. But first, let's take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the Wyln Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
My name is Adi, and my home is Cloudy.
Weather Kids is brought to you by Lehigh Valley Hospital, Hazleton. Your health deserves a partner.
We want your child to be our WYLN Weather Kid. Your child can be our feature weather reporter of the day on WYLN News and WYLN social media posts just by using your smartphone or any video recording device. It's easy. All ages are welcome, from toddlers to teens. To find out how, go to the weather section of WYLNTV.com or look for our post about it on the WYLN News Facebook page. Submit your Weather Kid video today.
Lehigh Valley Tupper Cancer Institute brings the next level of cancer care to the greater Hazleton region. The new cancer center on the campus of Lehigh Valley Hospital, Hazleton is now open and offers an advanced radiation therapy program, an expanded infusion suite with private treatment rooms, and the latest telemedicine technologies. The Cancer Center at LVH Hazleton, offering world-class cancer care closer to home. To learn more, visit lvhn.org/Hazleton Cancer Center.
F&L Doors, your trusted overhead door supplier. For over 50 years, providing quality products and service to Eastern PA and beyond with 2 strategic locations. They carry top brand manufacturers and guarantee parts and service for your home or business. From new construction to replacement doors, inspections and service calls. F&L Doors stands behind every job, taking pride in the work they do. Call 800-344-DOOR. Visit F&L Doors online at fldoors.com or visit their showrooms in Hazel Township and Schuylkill Haven.
Penn State Hazleton is improving the lives of others, starting in our community.
Providing degrees that meet the needs of the area.
Fueling entrepreneurship and contributing more than $36 million annually to the state's economy.
Researching the health of our local ecosystem on the Susquehanna River.
Together, our impact keeps growing, backed by the strength of 24 campuses and 700,000 alumni.
Hey, it's Justin from Grand Central, and our trained sleep professionals are here to help you sleep like never before. With an extensive line of Sealy and Stearns & Foster mattresses, we are sure to find you the right mattress at the right price. Free delivery and removal, interest-free financing for up to 60 months, and same or next day delivery on select models.
And don't forget, everyday low prices. Stop in to one of our 2 locations, Route 93 in Nescopec,
or downtown Hazleton,
and see why Northeast and Central Pennsylvania sleeps better with Grand Central.
Welcome back to Wyln News. The Hazleton City Council has voted to request grant funding for the Dominican House in Hazleton. If approved, the grant funding will come from local share account funds granted to Luzerne County by Mohegan, Pennsylvania in Plains Township. A state panel will then award the $10 to $13 million in grant funding to applicants next spring. The Dominican House provides a variety of services to the public, including a food bank, English as a second language classes, and clothing drives. Representatives at the Dominican House say they have plans in the future to apply for additional grants in the hopes of hiring a bilingual translator and a paralegal. The Dominican House also hopes to someday open a homeless shelter in the area. The Department of Conservation and Natural Resources and the Pennsylvania Fish and Boat Commission recently celebrated the launch of the new Eastern Hellbender license plate. The license plate is a tribute to our state amphibian and supports the Wild Resource Conservation Fund. The Eastern Hellbender is the largest salamander in the United States, with some reaching a weight of more than 2 pounds and an extending length of 2 feet. It became Pennsylvania's state amphibian in 2019 as a way to show the need to restore water quality and preserve habitat for the amphibian. PennDOT Director of the Bureau of Motor Vehicles, Stephen Madrak, told the public about how this license plate contributes to the Wild Resource Conservation Fund.
Through the purchase of our newest special fund registration plates depicting the Hellbender salamander, customers can support the Wildlife Resource Conservation Fund. PennDOT has supported this fund, as Cindy has noted, since 1993. $15 of each license plate fee of $41 goes towards the fund. These funds support the management of our wild resources, including conservation efforts to protect and preserve Pennsylvania's unique flora and fauna.
Each year, these funds support the survey, research, management, and conservation of wild resources through the Wild Resource Conservation Program. To apply for this registration plate, you could fill out the MV911 form online at dmv.pa.gov. The Luzerne County 911 Center is looking to recruit 911 dispatchers and telecommunicators to fill more than 24 open positions. Located in Hanover Township, the Luzerne County 911 Center provides fire, police, and emergency medical dispatching services for nearly 200 agencies in the county. Supervisors say the center has been plagued with several staffing shortages over the last few years that have had an impact on the speed of their operations. To learn more about the Luzerne County 911 Center, you can visit the Luzerne County website at luzernecounty.org. Coming up on Mountaintop's News Choice, we review Day 1 of playoff baseball on Let's Talk Sports. Plus, we learn about physical therapy on this week's Wellness Wednesday. And stay right here because we'll be right back on WYLN TV.
Your guide to everything Pocono Mountains is PTN, the Pocono Television Network. Watch PTN on WYLN.
Lehigh Valley Topper Cancer Institute brings the next level of cancer care to the greater Hazleton region. The new cancer center on the campus of Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazleton is now open and offers an advanced radiation therapy program, an expanded infusion suite with private treatment rooms, and the latest telemedicine technologies. The Cancer Center at LVH Hazleton, offering world-class cancer care closer to home. To learn more, visit lvhn.org/Hazleton Cancer Center.
F&L Doors, your trusted overhead door supplier. For over 50 years, providing quality products and service to Eastern PA and beyond with 2 strategic locations. They carry top brand manufacturers and guarantee parts and service for your home or business. From new construction to replacement doors, inspections and service calls. F&L Doors stands behind every job, taking pride in the work they do. Call 800-344-DOOR. Visit F&L Doors online at fldoors.com or visit their showrooms in Hazel Township and Schuylkill Haven.
Third Base Luncheonette, still making memories after all these years.
If you're looking for an affordable pre-owned car or truck, Chura's Auto Sales has a great lineup of clean, dependable, and quality vehicles. Stop in 610 North Broad Street, West Hazleton, 570-454-7229.
There's no better place to shoot than Whitetail Preserve. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicap accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 for more information.
High school football is back on WYLN TV 35. You can always count on WYLN for all the action, not just the highlights. This week, the Hazleton area Cougars travel to Crestwood to take on the Crestwood Comets. Kickoff is at 7 p.m. with Marty Burns, Joe DeMelfi, Mike Sosar, and the WYLN sports crew. Over the air on 35.1 in Hazleton, 47.1 in Berwick and Bloomsburg, Service Electric Cable Channel 7 and 507, and online at WYLNTV.com.
Welcome back to a Wednesday edition of Let's Talk Sports, and of course, we have some Major League Baseball playoff action. To recap, we have the Rangers and the Rays, the Blue Jays and the Twins, the Diamondbacks and the Brewers, and the Marlins at the Phillies, of course. We'll get to that one last because it was the last game of the day, but first off, we have to recap that at the time of this recording, the Rangers are beating the Rays in Game 2, 5-0. So it looks like the Rangers might advance as they're coming off a 4 win yesterday. Jordan Montgomery pitched 7 innings of scoreless baseball, and it's trouble for the Rays, honestly. If they can't get a run on the board with that offense throughout the regular season, they won 99 games and just fell behind the Orioles. So it is what it is. And then Tyler Glass, now their ace, kind of got rocked a little bit. So not looking good for Tampa Bay. So we're moving on into the next game of the day, which was the Twins and the Blue Jays. We have Jose Barrios and Sonny Gray for today's matchup. But yesterday saw the offense with Royce Lewis hitting 2 home runs. And Lewis, I'm very happy for the man. He's a former prospect, which everyone's a former prospect, but he was a former hyped-up prospect that kind of fell under the radar due to injuries and whatnot. And now he's absolutely raking for this Minnesota team at the right time. And of course, against Kevin Gausman, nonetheless, who was in the Cy Young running for most of the year. So good for Royce Lewis. Good for the Twins. It's looking like they're going to advance. So we shall see what Vlad Guerrero Jr. and company have up their sleeve for Game 2 in Minnesota today. And then we go to the Diamondbacks at the Brewers. The Diamondbacks won 6-3 over Milwaukee, which, depending on their situation, is highly impressive because they did not have Merrill Kelly or Zach Gallen on the mound. Their top 2 starters, which guess what? They have Zach Gallen ready for today, and if they somehow beat Zach Gallen, Merrill Kelly will have the ball tomorrow. It was impressive work by their bullpen, who pitched over 6 scoreless innings against the Brewers. The Brewers got out to a quick 3-0 lead, but the Diamondbacks responded with 3 home runs, including those by Corbin Carroll and Ketel Marte. It's looking good for the Diamondbacks. I said I wanted to play them more than the Marlins. Maybe I was wrong, but another day discussion for that. Look for the Diamondbacks to close it out in Milwaukee tonight. Looks like that Brandon Woodruff injury really set back Milwaukee. But moving on, we have to talk about it. We had the Marlins at the Phillies. We saw Zach Wheeler pitch an absolute gem for almost 7 innings. He almost got there. Couldn't quite, but the bullpen closed it out, especially with Alvarado with that absolute hyped out to get out of the big jam there. We also saw Bryce Harper absolutely ignore his third base coach. Third base coach had 2 hands in the air telling him to stop, just like he did to Kyle Schwarber in the early innings of the game. And guess what? Bryce Harper did not care. He went straight home, ignored the coach, and of course, he scored. It was a magical night for the Philadelphia crowd. Everyone was, the vibes were incredible. I can't explain it. I think the best explanation would be Jeff Passan of ESPN after on SportsCenter said that it's like an SEC stadium. And I totally agree that the bank is basically SEC material come playoff time because it is Red October out there and not looking good for the Marlins, I'll tell you that much. But it matters what Aaron Nola shows up tonight. I'm a little nervous for that one, but we'll see when we get there. I also wanted to bring up the ticket prices because Philly is an absolute different breed. You could have attended the game in Tampa, Minnesota, and Milwaukee today and still had enough to buy, I'm thinking of a price of a ballpark hot dog, and when it's not dollar dog night, of course. You could have bought like 8, 9, or 10 hot dogs and, still have less than what the Phillies tickets cost today. It's just crazy out there in Philadelphia. I'm so excited that the Phillies are in the playoffs, and I hope they close it out tonight. I don't know who the Game 3 starter is going to be yet, if there is a Game 3, but I hope there is not, and I don't think there will be because this Phillies offense is just built different. And like I've always been saying, this is a collision course with the Atlanta Braves. It's going to happen. I have a feeling, and I know it's going to be a different story this time around, but if you have Rhys Hoskins throw out another first pitch, which I have to bring up from last night because that was absolutely electric. They advertised it was going to be someone special. People were like, maybe Joel Embiid, maybe someone else. No, Rhys Hoskins came out and threw out the first pitch and got a standing O, which he rightfully deserves, and he might be back if they go to the World Series. I'm just throwing that one out there. I would love to have him a roster spot over some of these guys because he provides just so much in that dugout. He's been a Philly for as long as I can remember. Not as long as I can remember. I remember the Rollins, Utley, Howard days, but after that, the dark times, as we'll call them, he's been belongs there since. So I'm excited for tonight. We have a whole other slate of baseball, and we might have another one tomorrow depending how it goes. I don't know. If I were to give my picks, I'm not going to pick this game, the Texas-Tampa Bay game, because if I pick Texas, Tampa Bay will come back naturally. So we're going to leave that one out. Give me the Twins with Sonny Gray on the mound, the Diamondbacks with Zach Gallen on the mound, and I don't think a team is beating Philly in Philly unless you're the Atlanta Braves. I think they're the only team that can do it. So give me the Phillies here to move on against the Braves, and the Diamondbacks move on against the Dodgers in what should be two great series in the NL. But that does it for this edition of Let's Talk Sports. We're going to preview Thursday Night Football tomorrow, which is the Bears and the Commanders. And yeah, okay, it's enough about that one. But we will see you right back here tomorrow for another edition of Let's Talk Sports. Have a good one.
Maylath Farm, located in the Sugarloaf Valley, devoted to agriculture and the environment. Maylath Farm is open 7 days a week. Visit the Maylath Farm store where they feature a variety of homegrown and homemade products. You'll find all of your fall favorites, apples, mums, and pumpkins, and a variety of fruit pies and baked goods. For the meat lover, you choose from a variety of farm fresh cuts from the butcher, steak, roast, ground beef, and more. Maylath beef is raised right on their farm. No steroids, no growth hormones, grass-fed, grain-finished. Maylath Farm, 608 Rock Glen Road in Sugarloaf. On the web at maylathfarm.com. Fresh from the Farm is brought to you by Lehigh Valley Hospital, Hazleton. Your health deserves a partner.
Lehigh Valley Topper Cancer Institute brings the next level of cancer care to the greater Hazleton region. The new cancer center on the campus of Lehigh Valley Hospital, Hazleton is now open and offers an advanced radiation therapy program, an expanded infusion suite with private treatment rooms, and the latest telemedicine technologies. The Cancer Center at LVH Hazleton, offering world-class cancer care closer to home. To learn more, visit lvhn.org/Hazleton Cancer Center.
S.J. Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call S.J. Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
Your guide to everything Pocono Mountains is PTN, the Pocono Television Network. Tune in and see all the unique places to stay and things to do in the Pocono Mountains. Watch PTN on WYLN.
PPW Nation, get ready for the best of PPW Season 2. Join Paul Bowe, E. Julius Kuiper, Alexander Bravado, Tom Mitchell, and Alex Watt as we take you down memory lane and relive some of the best PPW matches of all time. Saturdays at 5 p.m., Sundays at 10 p.m., only on WYLN.
WYLN programming is online all the time. Visit our website at WYLNTV.com to check out archive shows and a live stream of our broadcasts. And don't forget to visit all of our social media pages for breaking news, weather, and sports. You can also head directly to our YouTube page for all our programming at youtube.com/WYLNTV35. Subscribe and ring that bell so you get notified every time there's a new show available online.
Hi, welcome to Wellness Wednesday. I'm Lisa Marie, and today I am at Station Circle in Humboldt Industrial Park at LVHM's Rehabilitation Center here. And I am with Ashley Fryer, who is a physical therapist assistant. And first of all, it is Rehabilitation Month, so it's a great time for us to talk. But also, I just want to congratulate you and your team because you just received the Standard Speakers People's Choice Award for rehabilitation services in our area for both here and the Health and Wellness Center. So congratulations.
Thank you so much. We're really excited to receive this award voted by our patients.
Awesome. So we are here to talk a little bit more about the importance of physical therapy. As a physical therapy assistant, tell us what you do to help your patients.
Yeah, so it's different case by case, patient by patient. The physical therapist assistant would carry on the plan that's set by the physical therapist on their first evaluation. And the idea is that each patient has individualized care based on their needs, their goals, and their functional status.
So tell us, what is the importance of physical therapy? Why should someone, if their doctor says you can really benefit from physical therapy, what does that do for someone? And I know there's a lot of scenarios on why someone would need us. Could you kind of just walk us through one scenario of, say, a patient who something happened and they need that therapy and how it's going to benefit?
Sure, absolutely. So we see patients pre-operative. So if somebody's going to get surgery, sometimes they need pre-operative physical therapy to get their range of motion and strength improved before surgery. We see patients post-operative. So day one, they can't walk in here. They need help just doing their basic activities of daily living, and we get them back on the road to recovery. So it's really awesome to see day zero, they can't do anything. And then by the end of therapy, they're back to doing, the things that they came in wanting to achieve.
So that's interesting you said that, because I always thought injury, therapy, get better, move on. But you're saying, pre and post operative. So that's really interesting for me to hear that. So, I mean, if I'm getting therapy, if I decide I don't want to get the therapy, what could happen if I don't go along with that program that was suggested?
Absolutely. So the therapy is so important because in order to achieve the goals, you need to get the normal range of motion, your strength, just to be able to carry on your regular functional activities. It doesn't mean that it's sports. It could just be being able to go up and down your steps, being able to go outside and walk without a cane. If people don't come to therapy, or if people come to therapy and don't do their home exercises, which we are coaching them to do, they could decline or just get to a point where they're not progressing anymore.
And then, of course, it could snowball into other situations as well.
Absolutely.
So therapy is good for like age range. What ages do we treat?
We pretty much see all ages. It just depends on their functional status. We say that there's no age limit. We've seen people very young. We've seen people very old. So we are here to help pretty much everyone of all ages.
So if someone watching this is feeling a little off balance, maybe they've had a oops fall, hey, catch yourself type of thing, what do they do? Do they contact their doctor first, talk to them about it?
So they can contact their doctor, get a script for physical therapy, and then they can call one of our locations to get that scheduled.
And the same thing with an injury or obviously, pre-op, they would talk to them about that, the doctor, but an injury or something like that, they would just call and get that scheduled.
Absolutely.
That's great. Thank you so much for all
You
this.
are
wonderful-
welcome.
and congratulations again on this wonderful award, and thank you for voting our rehabilitation services. I'm Lisa Marie, and this is Wellness Wednesday.
And that does it for the news. Remember, the source matters now more than ever. Catch all the latest news and updates on our YouTube, Facebook, or at our website at wylntv.com. Stay with us for a look at the weather.